Imagine being so broken, so completely abandoned by the world, that standing on a cliff's edge feels like the only way out. Now imagine, in that darkest moment, a stranger appears, beautiful, otherworldly, and tells you that you're destined for greatness. But here's the twist. Falling in love with this person could destroy entire realms. This is the story of Kai, a boy the world threw away, and Arden, the immortal guardian who broke every rule to save him. A tale of forbidden love, devastating power, and two lonely souls who found in each other what the universe tried to keep apart. Buckle up, because this story gets intense. Our story begins in the ancient kingdom of Valoria, in the poorest village on the outskirts of the capital, the kind of place where love died long ago, replaced by screaming matches and shattered clay pots. 14-year-old Kai lived in this war zone, caught between two people who hated each other more than they ever loved him. Night after night, Kai's father stumbled home drunk, reeking of cheap wine and cheaper women, and night after night, the fighting began.
"You worthless piece of filth!"
his father bellowed, his voice echoing through the narrow stone cottage.
"I should have left you years ago."
His mother screamed back, the words sharp enough to cut. Kai would huddle in his corner on the straw mat, pressing his thin blanket over his ears, praying to the old gods for silence. Silence that never came. He was just a boy who wanted nothing more than a normal family, a normal life. But normal was never meant for Kai. One morning, he woke to the sound of cloth being folded. His mother stood nearby, packing her few belongings into a worn traveling sack. His heart dropped.
"Mother, what are you doing? Where are you going?"
She did not look at him. She kept folding her tattered shawl, her movements sharp, deliberate.
"I'm leaving, Kai. I cannot endure this life anymore."
"Then I'll come with you. I'll be good. I promise I won't be any trouble."
That was when she finally turned. The look in her eyes was cold, distant, as if she was staring at a stranger. Something inside Kai shattered.
"I'm not taking you with me, Kai. You have your father's face. Every time I look at you, I see him, and I cannot bear it. I am sorry."
She walked out of the cottage with her single sack, and Kai never saw her again. Within a year's turning, word reached the village. She had remarried. She married a merchant from the eastern provinces. A new husband, a new home, a new family. She started afresh, erasing Kai from her life as if he had never existed. And Kai was left behind, alone, with a father who blamed him for everything. Kai's teenage years were brutal. His father sank deeper into wine and gambling. He brought different women to their cottage, sometimes forgetting Kai was even there. The coin jar stayed empty, the small garden withered from neglect. But Kai learned to survive. At 15, he started working at the blacksmith's forge before dawn, hauling coal and water. After work, he ran errands for merchants in the market square. At night, he cleaned the tavern floors. Sleep became a luxury he could not afford. The village? The village was its own special kind of hell.
"Look, it's the beggar boy. Does he ever wash? He smells like a pigsty. His father's probably passed out in the gutter somewhere. Like father, like son, they say."
Kai took every insult, every stone thrown, every humiliation, with the same forced smile. What else could he do? Fighting back only made it worse. Complaining changed nothing, so he endured. He told himself it would get better. He told himself that if he just worked hard enough, saved enough coin, he could escape this life. He could build something better. By the time Kai turned 21, he was a shell of a person. Exhausted, broken, running on fumes and fading hope. But he kept going, until the day everything fell apart. It was a market day evening when Kai's world finally ended. He had just finished a 12-hour shift at the forge, arms aching, lungs full of smoke, when he dragged himself back to the cottage. That's when he saw the landlord's notice nailed to their door. Eviction, 3 days to vacate the property. His hands trembled as he read it again and again. How? He had paid the rent last month. He remembered counting every coin. He remembered handing it to his father himself. Inside the cottage, the truth waited for him. Empty wine jugs littered the floor. A stack of gambling debts lay on the table, names and numbers scrawled in hurried ink. It all clicked. His father had gambled it away, every last coin. Again. Kai stood there, in the silence, staring at the cracked walls that had witnessed every beating, every scream, every broken promise. And something inside him finally snapped. No tears, no shouting, just a quiet, terrifying emptiness. He turned and left the cottage behind. Kai climbed the rocky path behind the village, his feet moving on instinct alone. Up past the old shrine, up past the warning stones, until he reached the cliff. The valley stretched out below him, glowing with thousands of oil lamps flickering in windows. Thousands of lives, thousands of people laughing, arguing, loving, and not a single one who would notice if he vanished. The wind howled around him, cold and sharp. The drop below promised silence, an end. For the first time in his life, the pain felt heavier than the fear, and Kai stepped closer to the edge.
What's the point? What's the point of any of this?
His mother abandoned him, his father ruined him, the world erased him.
Nobody would even notice I'm gone.
He said, tears streaming down his face. He closed his eyes, ready to step forward. Then he felt it, a presence, powerful and ancient, making the very air itself vibrate with energy.
Step away from the edge.
The voice was cold, commanding, and absolutely not human. Kai's eyes snapped open and he spun around. Standing behind him, bathed in moonlight, was the most beautiful person he'd ever seen. Tall, with silver eyes that seemed to glow like starlight, dark hair moving in a wind that didn't exist, wearing robes that shimmered between solid and ethereal, and an aura of power that made Kai's skin tingle.
Who said that?
The air vibrated, the night bent, and then he saw him.
I am Arden, your protector. And you, Kai, are far more important than you realize.
Kai thought he was seeing spirits. Maybe he had already jumped, and this was his soul's final vision. But then Arden raised his hand. Kai's body lifted off the ground, surrounded by shimmering golden light.
What put me down? What's happening to me? I'm glowing.
Arden lowered his hand. Kai drifted back to the cliff top, landing gently. The golden light faded from his skin. You are gifted, born with abilities that bind you to the elemental forces of this world. Across the kingdoms there are others like you, rare individuals, extraordinary power. When a gifted soul comes of age, they are assigned a protector from the celestial realm. I am yours. Kai stared at him, stunned.
Powers? Celestial realm? Have you gone mad? I don't have powers. I can barely afford to eat. I don't want any of this. I just want a normal life.
Normal was never your destiny. The realm chose you for a reason. Whether you accept it or not,
your abilities will surface. Without guidance, without control, you could destroy yourself or others. That is why I am here.
I didn't ask for you. I didn't ask for any of this.
Kai's voice cracked. No one asks for their gifts, Arden replied quietly. But running from them won't make them disappear. Neither will throwing yourself off cliffs. The bluntness of that statement hit Kai like a blow. He looked away, shame burning in his chest.
You've been watching me?
He asked softly.
I've been assigned to you since your birth. I only reveal myself when the time is right, when your powers begin to manifest or when you're in mortal danger. Tonight, it was both.
Kai laughed bitterly.
So I'm some kind of chosen one? Is that supposed to make my life better?
Arden studied him with those strange silver eyes.
I didn't say it would make your life easier. I said it would give it purpose.
And so began the strangest chapter of Kai's life. Arden transported him from that wretched village to a sanctuary, a hidden temple between the mortal realm and the celestial plane, where time moved differently. Here, Kai would train. The training was brutal. Arden was a strict, cold master who showed no mercy. He pushed Kai past every limit, breaking him down and building him back up. Again! Kai collapsed, exhausted.
I cannot do it anymore.
You can, and you will. Again.
Kai learned to summon fire with his anger, to command water with his emotions, to feel the earth respond to his will. His body grew stronger. His powers, once chaotic and frightening, became extensions of himself. But something else was happening too. Something neither of them expected. During training, Arden would catch Kai when he fell. Their hands would touch during demonstrations. At night, they would sit together in silence under the stars, and Kai would catch Arden staring at him with an expression that wasn't quite as cold as before.
Why do you never speak of yourself?
Kai asked one evening, as they sat watching the sunset from the temple's garden. Arden was quiet for a long moment.
There's nothing to tell. I was born in the celestial realm. I was trained from childhood to be a protector. I have no family, no companions, no life beyond my duty.
That sounds lonely.
Kai said softly, his heart aching for this beautiful, isolated immortal.
Loneliness is irrelevant. Personal feelings are not part of my purpose.
That's nonsense.
Kai shot back.
You're telling me you've never wanted anything for yourself? Never wanted to just be free?
Arden's jaw tightened.
What I want doesn't matter.
Why not?
Because the last time a protector prioritized personal desires over duty, entire cities burned. A protector fell in love with his gifted charge, a woman. When she eventually broke his heart, his grief and rage corrupted his powers. He nearly destroyed the entire realm before he was stopped. After that, a sacred law was established. Male protectors are never assigned to female gifted, and female protectors are never assigned to males. Too much risk of romantic attachment.
Kai's heart pounded.
But you're a man, and I'm...
The law assumed such attachments would only occur between men and women.
Arden interrupted, his voice tight. The air between them crackled with unspoken tension. Months passed. The tension between them grew unbearable, but neither dared to acknowledge it. It started small. Arden would demonstrate a defensive technique, his hand lingering on Kai's shoulder just a heartbeat too long. Kai would catch himself staring at the way moonlight illuminated Arden's profile during their evening sessions. One night, after a particularly exhausting training session, Kai collapsed on the grass from sheer exhaustion.
I think you're trying to kill me,
he joked, wiping sweat from his face. For the first time ever, Arden smiled. A real smile. Small, barely there, but genuine. If I wanted you dead, you'd already be dead, Arden replied, and there was something almost playful in his tone. Kai's heart stuttered. He'd never seen Arden like this, relaxed, almost mortal.
There it is.
There's what?
Proof that you're not just some emotionless celestial statue. You can smile. You can jest. You're a person, Arden.
The smile faded immediately, and Arden's walls came back up. We should continue training.
No.
Kai said firmly, standing up.
No more deflecting. Why do you do that? Every time we have a real moment, you retreat. What are you so afraid of?
Arden turned his back to him. This conversation is inappropriate.
Inappropriate? We spend every single day together. We eat together, train together, talk late into the night. How is it inappropriate to actually acknowledge that we...
Kai trailed off, suddenly unable to say it out loud. Arden's shoulders tensed. That we what, Kai? The silence stretched between them, heavy and charged.
Nothing.
Kai finally whispered.
Forget it.
But neither of them could forget it. The next few weeks were torture. They moved around each other like lodestones, constantly drawn together, constantly forcing themselves apart. Arden became stricter during training, as if punishing himself. Kai grew quieter, his usual brightness dimming. Then came the night that changed everything. Kai woke up screaming from a nightmare, a vivid, horrible dream where he was back on that cliff. But this time when he jumped, no one came to save him. He fell and fell into endless darkness. Before he could fully process what was happening, Arden burst into his chamber, eyes wild with concern.
Kai, what's wrong? I felt your distress.
Just a nightmare.
Kai said quickly, embarrassed, wiping his tears.
I'm fine. You can return to...
You're shaking.
And he was. His whole body trembled with leftover fear and adrenaline. Arden hesitated at the threshold, clearly torn between leaving and staying. Then, as if his body made the decision before his mind could stop it, he crossed the chamber and sat on the edge of Kai's sleeping pallet.
Tell me.
So Kai did. He told him about the dream, about the falling, about how even in sleep he couldn't escape the memory of that cliff. And once he started talking, he couldn't stop. He told Arden everything, about his mother's cold eyes when she left, about eating stale bread for days because there was nothing else, about the times he wanted to disappear so badly it physically hurt. Arden listened to every word, his expression unreadable, but his eyes were full of something that looked like pain. When Kai finally fell silent, emotionally exhausted, Arden spoke.
My first memory,
he began slowly,
is of the training halls in the celestial realm. Cold marble floors, masters shouting. We were children, dozens of us, all being molded into protectors. We weren't allowed toys or companions or softness of any kind. Personal attachment was weakness. Emotion was failure. By the time I reached 10 summers, half of our cohort had broken under the pressure. They were removed. We never saw them again.
Kai stared at him, seeing Arden truly for the first time.
I learned to shut everything off, to be perfect, emotionless, obedient. For over a century, I succeeded. I completed every assignment flawlessly. I was the model protector.
He finally looked at Kai, and the raw vulnerability in his eyes took Kai's breath away.
Then I met you, and everything I spent a lifetime suppressing came roaring back. You make me feel, Kai. You make me want things I have no right to want. You terrify me.
Kai's heart pounded so hard he thought it might break through his ribs.
What do you want?
Arden reached out slowly, hesitantly, and brushed a strand of hair from Kai's forehead. The touch was feather-light, reverent.
You.
Arden breathed.
I want you. Not as my assignment, not as my duty, just you.
Then have me.
Kai whispered.
You don't understand the consequences.
I don't care about consequences. I've spent my whole life afraid. Afraid of my father, afraid of being abandoned, afraid of not being enough. I'm done being afraid, especially of this, especially of us.
Arden's hand was still touching his face, trembling now.
If we do this,
Arden said hoarsely,
there's no going back. The realm will discover us eventually. We could lose everything.
Kai covered Arden's hand with his own, pressing it against his cheek.
I've already lost everything, Arden. Multiple times. You're the first thing I've ever had that feels like winning. So yes, perhaps we lose. But at least we'll have had this. Had each other. Isn't that worth the risk?
Something in Arden broke. Some final wall, some last defense. He leaned forward, slowly, giving Kai every chance to pull away. Kai didn't pull away. Their lips met soft and tentative, like they were both afraid the other might shatter. Then Kai's hand fisted in Arden's robes and pulled him closer, and the kiss deepened. 100 unspoken confessions, months of suppressed longing, two lonely souls finally finding home. When they broke apart, both breathing hard, Arden rested his forehead against Kai's.
I don't know how to do this,
Arden admitted.
I don't know how to be with someone.
Good thing I'm skilled at figuring things out as I go.
Kai said with a watery laugh.
We'll learn together, yes?
Arden pulled him into an embrace, holding him like he was something precious.
Together,
he agreed. And for the first time in both their lives, neither of them felt alone. For a few precious weeks, they existed in their own world, training by day, lovers by night. Two people who'd never known real affection, finally understanding what it meant to be chosen, to be wanted, to be loved. Kai discovered that beneath Arden's cold exterior was someone gentle, protective, and surprisingly tender. Arden discovered that Kai's brightness wasn't naivety, it was strength. The kind of strength that survives hell and still chooses kindness. But the celestial realm doesn't miss anything. When the High Council discovered their bond, they summoned Arden immediately. Kai insisted on accompanying him. They stood before the council, ancient beings of immense power seated on thrones of light, and faced judgment. Arden, you have violated sacred law, the council leader pronounced, his voice echoing through the great celestial chamber. The penalty is severance. You will be stripped of your immortality and cast into the mortal realm, powerless and vulnerable.
Then take my powers as well,
Kai declared, stepping forward without fear.
We face this together.
The council fell silent, studying them both. Then something unprecedented happened. Kai's powers flared, not with destruction, but with pure, radiant light that filled the entire chamber. And the council saw his true gift. Not fire, not water, not earth. Connection. The rarest power of all. The ability to forge unbreakable bonds, to turn love into strength rather than weakness. Interesting, the council leader murmured, leaning forward with newfound interest. Perhaps the laws were written in fear, not wisdom. Perhaps love does not always lead to destruction. Perhaps it can lead to something far greater. And so, for the first time in millennia, the council made an exception. Arden would remain immortal, but bound to the mortal realm with Kai. Together, they would prove that love didn't have to lead to ruin. It could lead to redemption, to power, to hope. This is their story, a tale of two souls who found home in each other, who chose love over law, passion over protocol, and proved that sometimes the greatest power isn't magic, it's finding someone worth breaking the rules for. Kai, the boy the world rejected, became living proof that even the most broken among us can become extraordinary. And Arden, the guardian who knew only duty, learned that sometimes the greatest purpose is simply loving someone with your whole heart. Because in the end, we're all looking for the same thing, someone who sees us, truly sees us, and chooses to stay. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more tales of forbidden love and fantasy romance. And tell me in the comments, would you risk everything for love? What would you sacrifice for the one person who truly sees you? Let me know below. Thank you for watching, and remember, you are worthy of love, no matter what the world has told you.